Did you see that? A ghost.
Welcome to Paranormal Pentivity, a show about songwriting, ghostwriting, and everything in between. My name is Nayim. I am your host, and today the cell phone is destroying rap culture. Now, when you think about your cell phone, do you think about calling and texting and notes in your calendar and all of that? When you think about rap and you think about music culture in general, do you think about how the internet is literally a repertoire of every single piece of information and knowledge since the beginning of information and knowledge documentation that you can pull up at the drop of a dime? Anything that's in your head that you don't know, or anything that you've ever wanted to know, or ever wanted to be curious about, or ever needed to verify and research, is in the palm of your hand. It sits in your pocket. You throw it in your bag. No, that is not what comes to your mind when you think about rap culture and cell phones. Having all access to everything is one of the main problems that we suffer with in rap culture. Everybody shouldn't have access to you. Everybody shouldn't have access to everything. Everybody shouldn't know everything. Everything should not be put on display. But this is where we're at with the cell phone. We didn't take this, and if we had a bad contract, we go look up some of the words in our contract. We trust whatever somebody tell us. We trust whatever that whoever the hell they put in front of us say, because they got a smile and they writing a check and they let you dance on the table and look crazy. Shout out to Bobby Schmurda and anybody else who went in there, and NLE Chopper and all of them people. We just go with what they say because we trust them. We don't use our cell phones to verify what they say. We don't take our contracts, and maybe even with the advent of so many applications, in the advent of so many things, and because there's nothing new that's ever happened on the internet at this point. Nothing is new. Everything that has already happened was already tested out, and they're rolling it out maybe 5, 10, 20 years later. We don't take this to empower ourselves. We don't take this to see if what you're saying is true. We don't take this to even look up to see who else, do like some reviews. We don't take it and look up. You'll go buy something and look at a review. We don't do that in rap music culture. We don't verify or do none of that. We go by whatever they say. So having 100% unlimited, unrestricted access to anything you ever wanted to know, this ain't what you do with this. You don't do that with this. You get on Instagram Live. You get on Facebook Live. You get on YouTube. You do all these other things. You're not teaching nobody. You're not trying to come out and say nothing. And the ones who do come out and speak up, look what happens to them. They get thrown out and cast to the side and all of this stuff, and it gets buried where you can't see it. That brings me into my second thing about the clout chasing. We don't take this and do anything ethical and do anything responsible in rap music culture. We get up here and talk about who slept with who. We get up here and talk about whose mama did what. Exposés, all type of stuff that does not matter. Meanwhile, the person that's cutting you your check, because most of y'all aren't really getting paid like that no way as far as rappers go. They're running off with the money, but you got a cell phone and you able to have your account. Anybody can get up here and say anything. Anybody can get up here and take a picture with somebody and, oh man, we working together. Oh man, he did something to me. Oh man, it's just like nobody is going and doing their research or their homework when somebody say a rapper did something to them. And it's not just the artist, it's the artist and the consumer and the executive. Because on the executive side of clout chasing would be, I saw a random person on TikTok get 15 million TikTok views or whatever that is. So somehow in my mind, I'm going to take and I'm going to run them through the ringer and squeeze out and do a one song deal. And if that one song deal does well, we're going to keep going until I can't use them no more. And I'm going to toss them and I'm going to go back. Atlantic Records does the same thing with anybody who go viral. Atlantic Records has a bag for them. Point blank, period. You could be Bad Baby and not know how to rap. All that comes from people. We're going to do the memes video too, because the memes one is going to be even crazier because there's a whole history of memes. But anybody on their cell phone taking a clip from a TV show, getting up here saying something stupid, that period, Atlantic Records and all these record labels and all these other people, they have a bag for that stupidity. And what are they doing? They're not picking up their phone and doing no research to see who's the most talented, who's the most whatever. They're on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all these other places, just like we are, looking at this stupidity. And the stupidity gets pushed. We know that algorithms are stupid. Algorithms are racist. Algorithms do all type of anything. But that's somebody playing, looking on their phone, seeing what's hot and pushing whatever is hot. They're not pushing stuff that makes sense. It doesn't matter. And that transcends everything. That transcends music. Because you don't even have to, they're going to make you a rapper because it's so easy, because we decided that we were going to do the most low vibrational stuff that we could ever do. And we're going to put it on display. Because what good is doing your clout chase or your best rendition of whatever a clout chase would be? I don't even have a word for whatever. Attention horn. What good is an attention horn for 10 people in the city if 2 million people might be able to see it on my phone? Gorilla Glue Girl, just stupid. She had booking in her bio. She didn't get up here and say, oh, I made a mistake. She didn't get up here and say, oh man, whatever. She had like she did a whole little mini series about that. They had to fly somebody from Nigeria. She could have took her phone, because I know she had her phone. She could have took her phone and said, can I use this as whatever? But she did it on purpose because she knew it would get her attention on the phone. We're dopamine addicts, we're serotonin addicts, we're oxytocin addicts, we're addicted to adrenaline, we're addicted to all type of the chemicals that make up in our brain when these things ping and these things ding and these things ring and these things do all type of things, which plays with our brain and takes over and becomes a stronghold in our life, which causes people to have identity problems. This is one of the big things in rap, is having identity problems. And a lot of that started because a lot of the most prominent people in rap music nowadays are really younger people. We're seeing it with older people too. Yeah, they got it bad. Like, them over that over 35 crowd got it bad. But most people are having an identity crisis when it comes to this phone, whether they over 35 or they are under the age of 25. They're having issues because you getting up here and you looking at people's highlight reel. You getting up here and you seeing, oh my God, he got 10,000 followers and 15,000 followers, and everybody in the comments is like, oh, that's so fire, bro, and that's so that, bro, and oh my God, look at his video, and oh my God, look at that. But they're empty inside. Everything is fake. That's what they need to keep going. That's what they need to keep it empowering. You looking at that, and all they showing you is the number, and all they showing you is like, oh my God, look how beautiful it is. But they're not telling you how much it costs to build a set. They're not telling you how much it costs to make the music that they made. They're not telling you any of the background information that you need. And that falls into like the scam thing to me, for real, but it's kind of not like a scam. It's still the identity problem, because you're comparing your whole life and your whole identity to people who are only showing you part of the story. There's not a lot of people who get online and tell you the real story. They're walking down, bruh. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. I promise you I'm not. But I remember seeing a girl on Instagram, and I was really like, man, look at her apartment. That is amazing. Like, that is an amazing apartment. Like, that is so crazy. She don't make nowhere near the amount of money that I make. This was a little while ago. How did she get an apartment like that? I had to catch myself thinking like that, because I shouldn't be in nobody's business in the first place. But then I realized, yo, that hoe is in a Section 8 apartment. That's not even... I couldn't believe it. She was flexing like, oh, like, look at me in my luxury apartment. Gucci bag, Louis this, Montclair coats, all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is going on? And then it came out. You in Section 8 and you a booster. You can't compete with these people lying on the phone. So you might as well get off the phone, especially if you rap. Focus on your music, do your music or whatever. If you sing or whatever you do, you produce, Don't even look at what other people's doing. Support your friends, support your circle, interact with the people who support you, and get off the internet. That's what I do. Because after that hoe flexed on me, well, she didn't really flex. She didn't really flex on me because it's on, see what I'm saying? It's on the phone. But after she was flexing that hard and I found out you stole your coat in that apartment in Section 8, I gave up on the internet. I'm like, no, there is no way. There is no way, no way. And this is what it does. It warps your mind. It takes you into all these chambers that you don't even need to go. You don't have no business doing that. Point blank, period. You have no business believing anything that you see up here if somebody's not telling you. So this is my thing. If I tell you something, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and then I'm going to tell you to call me back. I'm going to tell you to report back. And I'm gonna let everybody know how it worked out for you. If people can't do that for you, don't even worry about it because it's no realness to that. Point blank, period. They're lying, and I guess we'll just fall into the scam thing. They lying and scamming, and they seeing and they playing on people in their dreams. Rappers is playing on the fact that I've seen so many rappers sell playlists. Like nobody's going to your Spotify listening to your playlist. Point blank, period. Like you go up there they got the same amount of followers as I got. I don't even have no crazy Spotify, nothing like that. They got 400 followers on Spotify, on a Spotify playlist. I got that on my playlist. Selling you a slot for $500 and nobody's gonna listen to it. Selling you a mixtape slot saying they hosting a mixtape and you can get on the mixtape. It's so many scams, scamming you out of features, scamming you out of services, scamming you and just running off with your money, period. Stealing your information and running off. There's so many scams. And what that's gonna make you is gonna make you bitter because you're gonna go through that so much and you're gonna have to filter people so much. And again, we take personal responsibility and we use our discernment, but you're gonna go through that so much. Is this going on? Oh, this thing dying. You're gonna go through that. I gotta hurry up. You're gonna go through that so much that you're not even gonna want to bother with whatever you're going. And that's a dream crusher. That's a dream destabilizer. It's not gonna work out for you in your favor because it's gonna be all type of people pulling on you, all type of people coming from every which way, all type of people doing all type of stuff. You don't want to get caught up in that. And I guess I need to wrap up because this thing is whatever. And the last two things I'm gonna say, I'm gonna speak on the validation. Is like they try to get you this cell phone and this rap thing, try to get you that validation. Whether you came out here as a gangster, you came out here as somebody that was tough, you came out here as a good person, people are gonna pull at you. People have unfettered access to you as well. Going back to that all access thing, they can say what they want, do whatever they want, pull up to you, stalk your location, do all of that kind of stuff. And this is the only, I see it in other cultures too, but this is the culture where it's really whatever. Young Dolph was pumping gas and trying to buy cookies and they murdered him. That's because people had access to his location, had access to what he was doing, was all in his business, doing all of that. This is what we do with our cell phones. We take secret videos and get people murdered. We go back and forth with people on live. We don't pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, this is really stupid. We argue with people over the phone. We argue with people about stupid stuff. We show off. We show people how whatever. You're trying to impress poor people who don't care. You're trying to impress people who don't care instead of doing something useful with it. And the last thing I'm going to say, I can't believe this thing is dying. It has diluted the professional pool because now anybody can get up here and say, hey, I'm a professional. Hey, I'm this, I'm that. Anybody can just buy LLC and say I'm a record label. That's crazy. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's diluted the professional pool. I remember a long time ago when I actually came out and was like, hey, y'all, this was 2016. I was like, I'm a ghostwriter. Everybody started calling themselves a ghostwriter. They didn't have no credits. They didn't have no proof that they've ever written anything for anybody else. It didn't put their name on it. They just said it because I was saying it. Follow the leader. People just following what they think is hot, following what they think is cool, imitating everything that they do. Oh my God, look at the big stupid Mario boot. Let me buy that. You know what I'm saying? It's diluted the brain and it's cut off people's access to thinking on their own. It's ruined the professional. Like, it's just so many things that this cell phone has done to dilute and destroy our culture. We're not moving smart no more. We just moving. We just moving. We got to be the first to do this. They get online and say the Balenciaga is hot. That's Microsoft Word Calibri font, space double space Calibri font, and they say that the Balenciaga is hot. Look like somebody threw up on a shoe. Oh man, I gotta get those. Somebody tell your shirt ugly, you'll never wear that shirt again. This is what we do with the internet. We do with the cell phone. There is a first part how the internet ruined rap music, but like, this is what the cell phone has done. It's become a contest of who can do the most thing, who can get the most attention, who can lie the hardest, who can do the most dumb thing. Hey guys, look at me. Like, I just can't believe this thing about the cutter. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off now because, like, you not serious. And watch that the audio probably be skipping on this jump too. I'm mad. Let me get out of here. We will be back tomorrow.
Did you see that?